Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, lived two boys who were the best of friends, even though each was destined for very different futures. One boy was the son of a farmer, and the other the son of a king. The future mattered not for the boys, as they spent their childhood roaming the countryside and the forests, having all sorts of adventures. One particular day they had wandered far beyond what was familiar. The would-be king was beginning to worry as he declared, "We're lost. How will we ever get back? We're stuck out here on this rock." To which the farmer boy replied in the way he always did, "This is a good thing, you can be sure, my friend." "You always say so, but I don't see how." Just then the fog lifted, and the farmer boy exclaimed, "The road home! I see it there below. Can you see it?" The boys began their long journey back. While the would-be king normally enjoyed the farmer boy's optimism and good spirits, after this exhausting journey he focused one foot in front of the other and dreamed of quieting his stomach with a feast that would be awaiting him at the castle. The would-be king heard a howl of excitement from behind him, and can you believe his farmer friend's good fortune? He found a chest of treasures that must have fallen loose from a passing wagon. The would-be king was swept away by the joy of the moment and completely forgot about all the complaints that had only moments before plagued him. The rest of the journey home flew by in an instant. As the boys grew into men, they continued their many adventures together. One day, while hunting in the forest, they raised their gun to shoot at a turkey through the trees. And suddenly there was a loud explosion as the king's gun backfired and shot off his thumb. The king was in excruciating pain, and the farmer and the king's guard were frozen in shock for a moment, until the farmer shouted, "It's going to be okay, King. This is a good thing." "How dare you? Can't you see I've lost my thumb, you idiot? There's nothing good about this. You are a fool, and I am finished with you." And the king demanded his guards take his friend and lock him up in the deepest, darkest cell in his dungeon. Nearly a year had passed with the poor farmer locked up in a dungeon deep below the castle floor. The king continued his hunts and adventures, and some days he missed the companionship of his old friend, but he still could not forgive him. As he was lost in thought, remembering that fateful day, the king wandered away from the protection of his guards. Suddenly, out of nowhere, he was surrounded by a band of cannibals. They quickly bound the king and stole him away, taking him back to their village deep within the forest. The cannibals celebrated and praised their gods at having provided such a bountiful feast as this. Then, suddenly, a cannibal woman screamed in terror upon seeing the deformed hand of the king. "He has only 4 fingers on his hand. This is very bad luck indeed. Release him before he brings a curse upon our tribe." The king ran quite literally for his life. So many thoughts and emotions, relief, gratitude, and deep sorrow for what he had done to his friend. He ran as quickly as he could and went directly to the deepest, darkest corner of the dungeon where his dear friend lay in a cell. "How can you ever forgive me, dear friend? I'm so very sorry. You were right, once again. I was stolen in the forest by a tribe of cannibals who were about to roast me on a huge fiery spit. You see, they're very superstitious people and only consume bodies that are whole. They did not eat me because at the very last moment they saw my missing thumb. You were right. It was a very good thing. It saved my life. Please, dear friend, can you ever forgive me?" "Of course," said the farmer in a weak, dry voice. "It was a very good thing that you locked me up here, King." To which the king responded, bewildered, "How can this be? Look at you, your skin and bones, you're barely alive." "Had you not placed me here in this dungeon, sire, I would have been there with you in those woods.